Hey guys, it's Ashley Hoffman, and I'm back for Nails Next Top Nail Artist Season 6, Challenge 3. This time it was sponsored by Lechat, and the theme was Perception versus Reality. We were asked to create a two-in-one nail design on an actual hand. One side needed to illustrate a perception, and the other side needed to illustrate a reality. The nails were to be left transparent, either clear or colored, and both designs should be able to be seen from the front of the nails. For this week's nail design, I decided to take inspiration from the ocean. I know several people, including myself, have the perception that the ocean is dark and ominous. There's several shadows and things you really can't see unless you were to use something like a dive mask. Once you do put that mask on and you're able to see clearly everything that's underneath, you'll be able to see the beauty and the colorful world that lives underneath the sea, including all the marine life, the coral, and just the movement and beauty of the water itself. So for this week's challenge, I really wanted to try and depict that through my set of nails. We were asked to only use the nail art supplies sent by Lechat, including their new 12 colors of jelly translucent colors. And here's my final design I came up with. Please continue to watch to see exactly how I created this. I started with the underside of the nails. I painted with crystal waters, a mermaid's tail, sea glass, and black ice to replicate the water. I used flawless white to add detail to the top of the ocean water. Using black velvet, I made the rocks on the bottom and the shadows of the different marine life. For any of the jelly colors that were used, if I needed them to be a little bit more transparent, I mixed them with the high gloss sealer so I could get a more glossy effect. For the front of the nails, I used a little bit of flawless white to give more detail to the water. Then I topped them with sea glass to give them more dimension. Then for the diver's mask, I used black velvet to outline the mask, and then using flawless white and black velvet, I made various shades of gray to give detail and outline my mask. Please excuse my crazy dogs in the background. Now, back to it. I used flawless white to fill in my mask. Then, using sea glass, crystal waters, and a mermaid's tail, I ombre'd the inside of my diver's mask. When ombreing, I like to use a little bit more polish than necessary, so I'm able to blend the colors very nicely, starting with the dark color on the bottom and going light. For my octopus, I started with flawless white. Then, using asteroid and kaleidoscope, I painted in the body. I used black velvet and flawless white for any minor details. Next, I painted my red coral. I started with a base of flawless white, then went over it with cherry Cosmo. For my next coral, I also outlined in flawless white, then used grape jelly and sea glass to paint in the details. I used Such a Cutie to paint my last piece of coral. Then, with black velvet and flawless white, I painted in the whale. For the jellyfish, I used unicorn tears and a mixture of black and white for the tentacles. For the fish, I used Such a Cutie, Happy Dance, and Mystique. Then, for the stingray, I just used a mixture of black velvet and flawless white. To outline my mask, I used the Protect Sculpting Gel to give my mask dimension. I then went over just the mask with a high gloss sealer to give it an extra glossy effect. I added a tag to my diver's mask so they know it's property of NTNA. And here is my final design. I hope you guys enjoy my underwater interpretation of perception versus reality. Thank you so much for watching. Also, thank you to our sponsors, Nails Magazine and Lechat. Be sure to follow me through this competition and be sure to vote. Voting starts Monday evening and goes through Thursday morning.